Oh, we are live. NXT has just went off the air. We're going to talk about it. New Year's Evil. You got your host, Bad Guy Jack, and joining me tonight, Evil Dose. We're going to talk about it all after this intro. Hey, am I okay? I want to make sure because I always have this muted. But hey, folks, it's our popular review, the NXT review show. Like I said, the Great Grand Slam Poobah, Evil Dose, NXT just went off the air. First off, how the hell are you? And also, what did you think about tonight's NXT?
I'm all right. I'm Dahlia Dark.
Oh, you are okay. Oh, Dahlia. Okay.
I'm Dahlia, not so dark.
Not so. Yeah, I was gonna say, we might have to say light.
Yeah, I'm faded, Dahlia Dark. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm all right. I had a really slow day at work. Tomorrow it seems like it's going to be back to the norm. So figured I could kick in a little and help out and talk about what is usually one of my favorite shows, NXT. They were having a special show. But, I think there were some hits, but there were also some misses. And, it was, I don't know, some weirdness also. But we'll talk about all of it. A couple of people who were conspicuous in their absences.
Yeah, so why don't we just jump right into it? I'm sorry, my brain is like a open tab. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do first. But why don't we just open up with the show? It opened up. You have the NXT Women's Championship on the line. You have Blair Davenport against Lyra Valkyria. Davenport, she won the Iron Survivor match all that time ago. So she is I want to say cashing, but they said it's going to be a New Year, so I can't really say cashing. But she's having taking her shot at Lyra. And I didn't break down a whole lot of notes and stuff about this. I thought it was a solid match. I thought it was a good opener. I thought these women went out there, they busted their ass. They did Blair for me, right? There was a few times in the match where I sat there and said, this woman is really out to take this girl out. She was hitting her, throwing her. She tried to knee her head through the announce table, missed. That's when Lyra took over. Solid match. I really don't have anything else. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to fill in some of the blanks that I'm missing out. We'll save this for after, but what did you think about this match?
As a wrestler in the ring, Blair Davenport is terrific. I'm trying to think of like a male comparison. I mean, but, the skill set is different, but sort of the attitude is almost like a, Steve Austin, Kevin Owens type. When she speaks, it doesn't feel natural half the time. She still feels like Vince scripted organic. And I understand in NXT that is sort of mandatory. But I want her to feel a little bit more natural and organic. But she really wasn't the story. Yes, she won her title shot and it was preordained to be here against Lyra. Now, Lyra to me is like the female equivalent of like Angelo Parker or Daniel Garcia. Like, she's not going to make mistakes. She's going to be in the right spot, but there's nothing to her. She doesn't have a good look. She's not particularly attractive. She doesn't have much of a body. She's not particularly big. So the match for me was pretty dull until Blair Davenport hit whatever that was that I think was supposed to be like a super suplex Falcon arrow with a twist kind of thing, and threw around the outside. And I'm like, wow, they're going to have Blair win. Cool, because obviously I'm not interested in Lyra. And then she does that knee. Lyra moves out of the way, and she smashes with her knee through the table. They show you the crack in the wood there, and and that's what sort of took her out of it. And Lyra escapes with the win, and then Lola Vice is going to come out to actually cash in her Breakout Star contract, and doing Nikki Cross better than Nikki Cross ever did it. Tatum Paxley in her Freddy Krueger with abs sweater comes out and jumps her and intercepts, and then she gets into a little Donnybrook with Elektra Lopez, and Lyra helps her out, so it looks like they're a team. And then Tatum Paxley, gets all creepy and "I love you, Lyra" kind of thing, and Lyra's like, "Ew, get away, creepy. Thanks, you helped me, but I'm not into you that way." And I don't know, that part was fun. So I said a lot there, but Lyra retains, but the story was creepy Tatum Paxley, and all I know is that hot crazy is crazy hot.
Yeah, you mentioned Tatum. I've been, she don't win on screen, but I've been digging her just showing up and just being like this crazed fan. Great eye on your end, because you mentioned her sweater, right? And I did grab it. I said, is she trying to do Jason Voorhees? I'm mixing up my horror villains. Freddy Krueger, but better, because Freddy Krueger never looked good with a sweater. You mentioned that you thought that Blair was going to get the win here. I'm surprised that you went that route. I looked at.
I was hoping Blair would get.
Oh, you was
win.
hoping.
I didn't really think. I mean, you don't have Becky Lynch lose clean on national TV for a 6-week title reign. So I didn't actually. If we were doing picks, I would have picked Lyra, but it would have been with regret.
Lyra.
Hello, Georges Louis.
Georges Louis. He said the first match between Lyra and Blair was pretty good, so he thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought the first half was pretty bland. I thought the second half was pretty fantastic. So I guess you mix those together, it's pretty good.
We got also, because he always starts off the show. He's always the first one in the chat. We said that he also mentioned we're going to talk about that. The Dusty Classics, that's back.
Is he our scribe? I feel like the Dusty Classic just happened. Like, is it earlier this year? No, same time. Who won the Dusty Classic?
Oh, you're saying, when do they usually have it? I feel like they used to have it like March, April. Who won the last one?
Yeah. I know the Creeds won it 2 years ago, but for the life of me, I can't think of who won it last year.
Damn, I don't remember. That's crazy. I don't remember that at all.
Was it the family? Was it Chaz and Don Tony D?
Tony, he's about to mix up your Tonys.
Right, my Don Tonys, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I really don't remember. Like, well, if this was a trivia, I would have lost.
I mean, that's not an indictment on either you or me. It's an indictment on them that whoever it was, they didn't make a big deal out of it. Happy New Year, Charmaine. You tell her she's on Facebook and then all platforms. She loves to hear from you, but I will.
I feel like before the night is up, I'm going to figure it out.
Charmaine La Sicaria is here, but so is Juventud Sicario, and we have
Juventud Sicario.
Yeah, and we have La Sicaria Rita. So there's a full house of dangerous narcos here, and me.
You sound like you got a faction. We're getting ready for a faction war.
That's right. We are. We're going to go after the Boricuas.
Oh my God. We have breaking news.
Illinois is not breaking news. The breaking news is that Dahlia Dahl has been taken out by Ridge Holland.
I'm going to move on from you. This guy.
No, to a nice
he poured his heart out. He poured his heart out today.
Oh, he's so boring.
No, he told a story. We're gonna get to Ridge Holland later, but speaking of Ridge Holland, Dragunov is not clear to compete. So
yes, the former Quinn McKay -Littman reported it. Kelly Kincaid.
Wait, who?
That's Quinn McKay -Littman from Ring of Honor.
That's who. Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I don't think what you call is a hail though. Nikita's going, yeah, we're gonna get to that. I'm surprised you're still here, George. Because usually I thought he wasn't gonna be
Is
here.
he like our scribe? Is he like that guy that followed Matt Hardy around as the scribe and would take notes in the Broken Universe? Because that's great. We don't have to do pregame warm-ups. We don't need to.
Oh, he'll break down the matches for us and say, well, this was spot was.
George will just give us all segments in order. This is terrific. I don't even
realize.
No,
George is fantastic. He probably should have won fan of the year, but people are just rude.
I mean, I could actually lead the SmackDown and Raw show if George was providing me notes on both shows.
You provide both notes. Dragunov not clear to compete, so he's not going to defend the championship. There's a segment where you have Trick and Mello.
Hold on. Let's not just walk off of that, because the Dragunov thing, the injury thing was supposed to be a work, but this doesn't feel like this was work. And Dragon Lee apparently had visa issues, which is really weird. I mean, his brother and all their contemporaries usually have visa issues, but WWE people don't typically have visa issues. So what is happening here? Does Shawn Michaels need to give Ava more duties? I mean, it's starting to feel a little bit like AEW, like an AEW pay-per-view down there. We get two people scheduled, they get scratched, and we get segments that go way too long. What the hell?
Well said. I don't know how to follow up with that. Well,
we worked together for years. It's like you're acting like you're frozen in fear, like you don't know what to do right now.
I don't know. I didn't know any of this stuff. I just thought he was selling the injury. But you're saying that there's a whole.
I don't know if you're selling the injury. How does this whole Grayson Waller thing make sense? And then Kevin Owens sliding at the end. I mean, this doesn't seem like something that was planned. This seems like they put something together at the end to make up for it. Now, it is possible that he's not injured, and and they said, go home, take some time on the holidays, and maybe there were travel issues. There was a tsunami or earthquake in Japan. There's a few wars going on. There's a couple planes exploded. Everything has a cascading effect. So maybe there's something else. But I mean, I want to believe that the injury really was a work, but he doesn't have like a secret injury that they're trying to cover for.
Right. Why would you continue to advertise this if that was the case? I don't know. I didn't think too deep into this. I just said, wow, we're not having this match, and I don't know why we're pushing this off.
I mean, I remember about a year ago seeing Ilja Dragunov in a match, and he had like this gigantic lump on his forearm that got bigger and bigger as the match went on. And I'm like, that's a broken arm. What else could that possibly be? I mean, that was like a Pete Puma lump to the head, except it was on a forearm. That doesn't happen. And
he said Pete.
And like the next week, he's wrestling not with a brace on or anything like that, not with a cast. It's like it's gone. It's like so. Apparently he's got like Wolverine like healing ability.
He looked like he would be a great Wolverine. Actually, he looks like he has a healing factor that is just top of the line. Like he looked like he could play Wolverine, but he have Deadpool healing factors because Deadpool's healing factors are fantastic. But yeah, I didn't think much about it, but I did think that now that you're saying all these things, like, is he really hurt?
If we're going to take Unpopular Review to the next level, and everyone out there, please like and subscribe. And more than that, tell your friends and family to like and subscribe, or just take their phones and subscribe on YouTube.
Don't forget to tell the dogs.
They don't care. Just turn off notifications. Nobody cares how many things they subscribe to on YouTube. Because now that I'm back, Ron needs to pay attention because we're gonna be professionals here. We're still gonna have fun, and we're gonna be kooky like me, inappropriate and kooky. But we're gonna have the details and the facts, and our insight is gonna be second to none. But the other thing is, by this time next year, 3,000 subscribers. So you all start now. Start. Hopefully, those of you who have lots of siblings, just go to all their phones.
A lot of siblings.
Yeah,
it's a lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids. That's a lot of bodies. What are we gonna get? Okay, so with Dragunov not being able to compete, you have the segment with Trick and Mello. Mello is hyping up Trick. He's telling him, like, yeah, you would have beaten Dragunov, and Trick was with it. And we're getting a special appearance by Grayson Waller. Right. He wasn't advertised at all for the show, but he's here. For whatever reason, he's just there. He just walked. I think it's fantastic. I just think it's fantastic because he's on SmackDown, but he just said, let me just go to my old stomping grounds. Let me just see what's up over there. You know,
he's like that Steve Buscemi meme when he's like, what's going on? Totally teenage other fellow high school students.
That video bothers me because it's clear as day that the man is like a melted candle. So it's hilarious when he walks with the shirt and he's like, "Hey, young folks." So yeah, and it's hilarious that you said that for Grayson because he's still a young guy. But right, he's when did he get caught up? Last year, right? He got caught up last year. Should be focusing on SmackDown, but now he says I'm going to go down there, I'm going to cause hell because that's what Grayson Waller does. Grayson Waller likes to cause drama. So he goes down there, he makes fun of Trick. He makes they also mentioned Trick got a new shirt, so shout out to him because he got a new shirt.
Whoop that Trick.
Whoop that Trick. It's a seller.
Trickin' ain't easy is what it says.
That works too.
That's what the shirt says. Trickin' ain't easy, like pimpin' ain't easy.
I've heard it's pretty hard.
Yeah, or like cooking isn't easy because it isn't.
Cooking isn't easy. I cooked something the other day. It was great.
Macaroni and cheese?
No, it's peanut butter and jelly. Cut the edge all by myself too. I was so proud of myself.
Oh, that's good. That's love. That's self-love right there.
What, peanut butter and jelly?
No, cutting the crust off.
Oh, really? I really didn't do that, but that's what it is.
Oh,
but we're going to bring in third.
Oh, my goodness, she's back. Oh, my gosh, she got out of the D'Angelo's trunk.
Guess who's back? Back again.
How did Joe Gacy smell?
Back. Wait, what?
I apologize for being late. My computer was being ridiculous.
Well, we were here being ridiculous without you, so we're all on theme. We're all a message.
We're all a message.
Well, if we're not all ridiculous, then what's the point of being here?
So boom. Trick and Grayson, they're going back and forth. They're having they're arguing, and Mello speaks up for him and tells him, "Oh yeah, well, Trick could beat you, and he's gonna put his number one contendership on the line." So Trick look at him and say, "Yo, dog, what? Like, I didn't agree to that." And Grayson is all like, "Yeah, Mello don't miss. Good job." Planting the seed even more between Mello and Trick. I'm gonna lie, after the segment, it made me go like, "Nah, I can't hang out with you, Mello. Like, you doing a little too much." But I also could appreciate Mello for sitting there saying, "You know what, Trick? You gotta go through the fire. You gotta go through. You know what they say? They said,
yeah, but
it's something.
Shouldn't be setting him on fire. I'm tired of this Trick. Tricking ain't easy. Isn't someone that's like, shucks, buddy, and he's doing this shucks, buddy for too long.
Oh, you feel like he's playing too blind? Like he's playing blind for too long?
Yeah, he's supposed to be a streetwise, smart guy, and yeah, he loves his friend. They came up together, but he also sees angles. Like he's not a Pollyanna. He's acting like a Pollyanna. Listen, I understand that they try to make faces really facey and heels really heely. They don't really do much in the way of tweeners on NXT. But this Trick Williams shucks thing isn't working. Anyway. I've done a lot of talking, and Dahlia Dark is here, and people tuned in to see her, and now she's here. So,
in the chat, someone said, "Hey, where's Wrestling Doll?"
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is sure. So please take the floor. What did you think about this segment? Don't be sorry. It's the most UPL thing we've ever done.
Well, the first thing I was thinking was, damn, Mello, I didn't know you were trying to take Trick's job into being a mouthpiece, because last time I checked, you were supposed to be the talent, not the mouthpiece, like Trick was for you somewhat. But you trying to cost your boy his title shot. We all know you want the title back, and we all know you're going to turn your ass on him, just like everybody's been calling it, and they're going to put out at some point that you're possibly the one that attacked him ages ago, since we all know it wasn't Lexis King. So it's only a matter of time before the heel turn happens. We need some tweeners, but we all know Mello ain't no tweener. He's either face or heel. There ain't no in between with him. Just like there's no between with Grace and Wood.
I think you guys are burying the lead a little bit here. I'd sit here and think that Mello is trying to have Trick build character. You know what they say? They say struggle, make character, or something like that. I read it in a book once.
They've already struggled enough. How much more do they need to struggle?
A lot.
He won. Listen, iron sharpens iron, and he won the Iron Survivor Challenge.
Good job, Jeff.
I know.
I mean,
we're
right
leveling
on
things up here. We are leveling things up. So, what do you want to go straight into the LWO versus the three?
I'm just going to say this: we already have one tag team that's been struggling since day one to get to where they are now. We don't need another storyline to do that, and that's out of the mud.
Yeah.
So, can I just open up with right? You said the LWO. Can I tell you why I was actually pretty happy? So, real quick, let me ask something. I refuse to say this person's name, but where was Mr. Lee?
I asked you the same question. You acted like you never heard it before.
I know. No. It's a shame. I don't know where he's at. I really don't. I don't know if he's hurt.
I thought you would have been happy that he wasn't there because you wouldn't be upset that he was on your screen, but we got someone else in place. The returning Carlito, who spits in the face of people who are not cool.
Who is cool, but lumbers like a rhinoceros.
Also, that is true. So
he's been working hard.
George, our resident fourth member here, he's having pieces issues. I didn't know that. I just thought he was
making that up. It's just very unusual for WWE talent to have visa issues. Their offices are usually well on top of that kind of stuff. So I don't know.
Well, isn't Gunther? Doesn't he have like some kind of issue?
No, Gunther.
Yeah, that's why he won't be able to be like one of them.
Right. Gunther is in the status, or was in the status, where he had to stay within the country for a certain amount of time. But his is it's so he's sort of on like in country arrest, so he couldn't like go to Canada and things like that. But it's not because he's in trouble; it's because he has to spend the requisite amount of time. Dragon Lee apparently couldn't get back, from the holidays or whatever. Again, listen, we've seen this with Phoenix. We've seen it with a bunch of other Penta. It's happened to a bunch of wrestlers. Happened to Kenny Omega apparently. But I often think it's an excuse with people who are used to traveling back and forth. But again, the WWE office usually handles that thing, and Dragon Lee is spending half his time on the main roster. And this is just not, it's weird to push a guy if they didn't have the visa issues intact. Like, I don't know if he went home and didn't tell him he was going home and he thought there'd be no problem. I have no idea. But there's more to this story. This was not an excuse to get Carlito on there. And of course, everybody was saying, well, they're going to have Andrade on. You don't steal a star from your rival promotion and debut them on NXT.
Well, I mean, technically, he was on WWE first, debuted on NXT, went up to the main roster, and then after some time went to AEW. Just saying.
You don't bring him back and put him on NXT. You debut him on one of the major shows. If he's going to be a major player.
I don't know. I hear that, and I hear you, but I wouldn't have no problem if he showed up on had a little run in NXT. It wouldn't have bothered me. I would have been all right, cool. Because even right now in the main roster, right? I hear you, right? You're saying
everybody's speculating if he goes over there, get back with Zelina Vega.
What was I going to say? Right. You put him on the main roster and do what? I feel like it's pretty stacked at the moment. So put him on NXT.
Part of the LWO.
There's but what is the LWO? Like Ridge Holland and Carlito.
The LWO.
I'm just saying because of the history he has with Zelina Vega. That's the only reason why I say
a lot of people would like that pairing again. It was a good pairing.
They were to put him in the main roster.
It was a good pairing, but
it was her best work.
I would like there to be for them to try to do. I mean, for one, it's taken Santos a long time to sort of break out of the faction thing and become a solo, even as a heel. And just to put Andrade in there all of a sudden, has somebody that's sort of above Santos, and the guy that's supposed to be above Santos that he's supposed to conquer or scheme against is Rey Mysterio. And now you have Andrade either as a face that's his peer or his better, or a tag team partner, which he doesn't want to be mired in tag team. He's trying to show that he can be a solo star. So I would rather put Andrade on Raw, and for another reason as well. Raw's 3 hours, and it's dull. So anytime you have a new personality, a new face, anyone who can be interesting for a 10 or 12-minute segment, or do a 20-minute match, adds a little spice, pun intended, to Raw is a good thing. CM Punk, Andrade, all of these additions, Raw needs a little bit of spicing up, more than SmackDown does.
Well said.
Well, it'll be better than the fake out we had on Monday.
Mm-hmm. That was great.
When I saw that, I was like, Triple H nearly lost his damn mind. What the hell was he smoking to make it seem like the former champion was Jinder Mahal? Nobody cared. Nobody was happy. Once the music came,
I'll touch on this part real quick, and then pick up on NXT. When you heard the crowd groan, I thought that was fantastic. Had them at the palm of your hands, because everyone said it has to be. You mentioned Andrade. Everyone thought it was going to be Andrade, and then you had Jinder Mahal's music. I thought that was so great.
Once we heard the actual music, I was like, thank God.
I didn't think it was going to be Andrade. I thought it was most likely going to be Brock Lesnar, to be frank. It's Rumble season. But the thing is, the audience groaned with Jinder Mahal, but they didn't start booing. They just were silent.
Right.
And they were silent, then they started booing when he started talking.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know. It wasn't heel heat. It was like, we don't fucking want you here. And he took so long, and then The Rock, who is great, but he was corny, and he took way too long as well.
That segment went way too long.
Yeah.
It went too long.
And the biggest thing, everyone's burying the lead. Where the hell was Veer and Sangha? If Jinder's their guy,
Sangha.
Where are they? Where are the Sangha maniacs? Do they not love Jinder? He's their leader.
No, but he's not. Honestly, Dose is matter of fact, someone get a mop because this man is spitting. Because where was Sexy Sangha? Sexy Sangha is fantastic. So yeah, I'm with him. Like when you asked that in the chat, like where's Sangha? I was like, yeah, I agree. Well, LWO with Toledo to go against the no quarter catch. Hopefully I got that name right. Really the spot of this match.
Crew.
Thank you. Stupid. It's not a catchy name, pun not intended. The no quarter catch crew, right? And for anybody who's wondering where Charlie Dempsey was, he is actually in Japan representing NXT in the All Japan Pro Wrestling.
That's so cool. Yep,
Triple Crown thingy majiggy. If you think I know more about what that means, I don't. I never heard of All Japan Pro Wrestling until about a week ago.
Neither had I until they mentioned that.
Outstanding. Really, in this match, I just wanted to say, because this was really the spot of the match. Which one was it? It wasn't Cruz. It was Wow.
Joaquin.
Yeah, and he was on the rope, and the way he slingshotted from the ring to the outside, crazy.
That was justified. This was Awesome Chance.
Hmm.
Well, I said they're a great tag team.
I was saying
Del Toro.
You know how Tony Khan always tweets, justified this is Awesome Chance? That would have been justified this is Awesome Chance. That was actually, I don't think I've ever seen that before. That was crazy.
Yeah. And he got some distance on that too.
That's what, it was like 30 feet.
Yeah, that was wild. Like I popped.
No pun intended.
Yeah. That was so good. Fantastic. I see my title for funniest host is on the line again. Not a fan of that.
Listen, we will figure that out when the time comes. And I'm not trying to take your title. If I happen to get nominated, it is not my fault.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for
That's
it.
why I said if. I'm not running for class president over here. I might run for treasurer, if anything.
Well,
I barely run.
Everybody vote for me. I was the most popular host 3 or 4 years ago. Then I took a hiatus. Now I'm back again. Vote for me.
I was going to just vote that.
I haven't noticed that I'm not on the credits in the beginning where you have all the faces in the squares. They're faces I've never seen them. I don't know who they are. I'm sure they're probably not interesting. I want my face. I want to be like Brady Bunch. I want to see my face moving around and all that.
We're on there.
Yeah, I was going to say we're on there. We're interesting.
Yeah, you are. You're not the ones I was talking about.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to hear that. That's all. I like.
I mean, if nothing else, Dahlia Dark, you always have to pay attention to what her outfits are because she's always trying to do a different wrestler's outfit. She's in theme.
I'm just wearing some merch today. No wrestling outfit, just some merch of a friend of mine.
Me too. Same thing.
I'm just wearing a shirt. I mean, it's not as cool as you guys, but yeah, that was really the match. There's not really much to speak about this match, but LWO gets to win.
This is awesome.
Khalida was there. It was great to see him. I mean, he'd been out since what, November?
But that's he's done indie work since then, so he's never stopped wrestling. So he's in.
I mean, even now, currently, he was doing indie stuff. Oh.
Well, besides the injury, but when he got let go the first time, he's been in the indie since then. And then when they called him back, you could see how much of a difference. There it is.
Yeah.
Steve is ridiculous. Steve only loves WWE, but he hates everybody in WWE. Except for Seth Rollins.
It's hilarious. It's
no. You forgot. He loves Roman Reigns and he loves Dirty Dominic Mysterio because all the dads in the chat kiss Dom's ass.
Well, everyone loves Roman Reigns. Come on.
No.
Not this young lady right here. No, she does not.
Never have, never will. I want that belt. I wanted those belts off that man 2 years ago.
Wow.
I've had people in this chat try to convince me otherwise. Nope.
No, they have. And
better finish that story. If The Rock finishes that story, I'm going to call nepotism.
Do we still have that video that somebody took and put it all over Twitter with the executive consultant yelling acknowledge me" to people in the crowd? And everyone booing him and laughing at him.
He tries to get me to acknowledge him, and I still don't. I never will.
I'm pretty sure somewhere in the archives in that group chat.
But I'm still here because I'm funny.
That was the best. I'm like, I saw that. I'm like, Steve, is that who I think it is? He's like, I'm afraid so.
It's exactly who you think it is.
It is who you think it is. Next match that we have is Roxanne Perez.
It's Arianna Grace versus Roxanne Perez, aka the moment where Roxanne finally snapped and nearly destroyed the ever-living crap out of Arianna.
Arianna is great. I mean, I felt related to what she said. Like when she got slapped and she asked her, was I still pretty? Because pretty people don't like to be slapped.
It's like this one first. I
take Arianna Grace over Kiana James.
It's terrible. But we have this match and Roxanne.
What was that for? What was that reaction for? No, from Evil Dose up here.
I am the president of the Kiana James Fan Stan Club.
And I am not. I have never liked her character since day one.
No, you're not. Where did you read that from, Evil Dose? Where did you read that from? I don't believe you. You the Stan account?
I'm a Kiana James. I'm the president of the Kiana James Stan account. Yeah.
Of the Kiana James Stan fan club.
Right, and I'm most of the 223,000 members.
Wow.
Oh look! So now we have Kiana's fan count total from 5 to 6. Congratulations, Kiana! You can count the number of fans with more than one hand. Yay!
Well, as
nobody else likes you because you're
savvy, very successful independent woman knows, it's quality, not quantity. You only need one Birkin.
Well, she wasn't able to take down Fallon Henley's bar, so I don't know about success.
She didn't, but that bar is still
and
there.
What business ventures has she tried to do since then? Take down Chase U, and what happened?
Couldn't
take
looked
it down
at the numbers, and she realized there was.
He did try to ruin Chase U.
There was a conservation easement. There were waterfowl there. She knew that she couldn't make any money there, and so she bowed out gracefully for the good.
She hasn't been trying.
That's
to
not
make
what
any
happened.
You don't know the backstory.
Only money she has is paying Izzy Dane to be her new lackey.
I'm glad that you mentioned that she tried to ruin Chase U, because you know who's been trying to save Chase U? That's right, Casey Jane. I can't wait to talk about her later. God, that girl is just
I know
amazing.
you can't.
Oh, I love her so much.
JC Jane over Kiana James any day for me.
Thank you. JC Jane
Yeah,
is
they're the two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, but JC Jane's the lesser of the two evils when she was still evil.
What,
At least JC Jane shouldn't try to destroy somebody's family.
All evil is wonderful, especially evil does.
You're the only evil I will give exception to on that.
Aw.
Roxanne Perez goes over in this match. She beats her with
Troy's Arianna afterwards. She snaps.
She beats the
like,
hell
I
out
can't
of
take it anymore. You drive me crazy. I'm gonna whoop your ass. It was like when she went off on Blair Davenport before their match in that.
JC Jane. She's great. I'm sorry.
We all know Steven's a troll.
Steven is great. He has I think if there was a lineup of like best hair, I would have first, and then it's the battle between you two, Evil Dose and him, and the male side of hair, you and Steve, because y'all both have fantastic hair. Like it's really good. The other batch of people are kind of bald, so I can't include them.
What about Sanderson? Is he bald?
I never see him.
So I just assume like the type that would go prematurely
I have
bald
occasionally, but the man is not bald.
Like not having Captain Crunch.
I like Captain Crunch. Matter of fact, I could go for that. Yeah. But yeah, Roxanne, she shows her a more aggressive side. She's beating the hell out of this woman. The ref reversed the decision. I saw someone in the chat put Roxanne Perez heel. No, I don't see her being a heel. I see her now starting to have a little bit more.
She's not being a heel. She's just getting more aggressive.
Yeah, and I think that's great. I think that's something.
She's turning someone into a tweener.
I'm not buying it's like 4'9", 101 pound nothing as the Bavarian badass or whatever she's supposed to be.
I saw comparisons online. They were comparing her to. Some people were saying this could be her AJ Lee era.
No, when I think AJ Lee with new NXT stars, I think Cora Jade over Roxanne.
Yeah, and Cora Jade is much hotter.
Well, there we go. There we go.
And better talker.
That too, and yeah, that's enough.
No, that's a fair point. No, she is a better talker than Roxanne. Matter of fact, I know we're going to talk about her later. Next segment that we have, Nikita, she confronts Blair. Blair, who is still, licking her wounds after early in the night losing to Lyra. She's walking the hallways. Nikita rolls up on her and says, I could take you out like how you took me out, but I don't do that way. That's not how I'm structured. Blair, listen, because you're weak. I would have took you out a long time ago. And Nikita said, you want to rumble? And she said, yeah, I want to rumble. And they don't rumble. It's a bunch of people get in the middle in between them. So that looked like that's going to be a match. I don't think they confirmed that for next week, but that looked like that's something that they are building to.
And it could also possibly be a hint.
What? What's hint?
The word rumble.
They said rumble. Could be NXT surprises.
Could be.
Listen, let me be excited. I'm going, okay?
I'm going too. I'm going to be excited.
You're going to get surprises. You're going to get some glowing surprises.
I saw what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. You made me, when you said glowing.
And speaking of surprises.
Mm-hmm. What?
I was about to say, Ava Rain finally explains why she's been helping out Shawn Michaels. She's stepping up to be the assistant and says that the men's Dusty Rhodes.
I don't like this one bit. I don't like this. Shawn Michaels, just get off your lazy butt and do your job. Like now you have other people doing your work. No, he's not. So you hire someone to do. That's like me hiring someone to cook for me.
Well,
maybe that's not the same thing.
Dahlia, who won the? Doesn't it feel like the Dusty Classic is much earlier this year than it was last year? Calendar-wise,
it is earlier.
And who won the Dusty Classic last year?
I do not remember that. I will have to look up right now.
It's such trivia. Someone in the chat, I know someone in the chat knows.
None of us knew.
No. And I promise we did watch it. I know somehow in some kind of way we did some review about it. I just don't remember. at all.
Yeah, I don't.
And
have it.
and that tournament, because I'm thinking about it, I remember 'cause I like these guys, Malik and Ilja, they were in it and they were close to winning, or they were like in the semifinals or something. But what team beat them? I think the team that beat them was the one
I think
who ended up
Gallus
winning. I
beat
just don't
them.
remember.
I think Gallus beat them.
Oh, the Creeds won last year.
Oh, they won. I thought they won 2 years ago. Okay, the Creeds won.
Oh, so you was close. You just got
The Creeds won last year, and the ones who pinned Idris and Malik were MSK.
Last year?
Wait, yeah, that sounds like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
because MSK hasn't been
yeah,
a thing for a long time.
At least a year.
I don't know why it's not updated on here. Let me double check.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
but
I am double checking. If I am wrong, it is fine.
Now, I don't know exactly what Ava said because she put me to sleep. And she's hard to look at.
Okay. I'm sorry for you to follow up. Not just let me.
She's, I mean, obviously the only reason she's still on payroll is because of who her father is.
Because of who she is.
She has no talents. None. She has none of the tools. I mean, Lyra at least is a good wrestler.
I'm sorry, I was saying, but I think you're right. He's because George is saying the Creeds, so they might be on to you might be on to something. I guess I'm just trying to find something for her to do. I'm glad that they finally explained it because she just randomly one day was just going in and out of the office and never got no kind of explanation. And I'm glad that you pointed that out because I didn't even hear that part. I just heard the spot where she mentions, "Oh, we're going to be bringing back the Dusty Classic." Cool.
Right. She's given herself an internship so she grows within the company. So as Shawn Michaels gets bigger, she gets bigger too.
As she gets bigger. I don't know why that made me chuckle.
Because she's getting bigger.
Yeah, she's getting bigger. Like you just make it sound like she just becomes a giant. And I don't know why. I just enjoyed
like Giant Man from Marvel.
Giant Man. That was his name, Giant Man. I thought he had something else. So the next match that we have Tiffany Stratton going against Fallon Henley, and whoever was the loser was going to be the winner's servant. These girls have been having a feud. These girls have been feuding for months. Fallon always seemed to be having Tiffany's number, and it continues because she beats her again. I did like something that I saw. I did like something I saw on Twitter, because Twitter is kind of hilarious depending on what avenue you go on Twitter. And I saw someone put a picture up of Tiffany Stratton. Well, not Tiffany Stratton, but saying this is pretty much what Tiffany Stratton is going to look like. And it was The Simple Life from 2003 with Perez Hilton and Nicole Richie. Loved that show back in the day. So that's why when I saw that reference, I said,
me too.
A few things I said, I love that show. And oh my God, that was 20 years ago.
This is going to be fantastic. I mean,
yes,
a butler routine is always
fun, absolutely perfect.
But she's going to be a ranch hand. She's going to be she's going to be shoveling animal.
She's going to be screaming. She's going to be moaning, bitching, and complaining. They'll probably have it where she trips and falls in mud or something, and then she's going to scream, "Oh my God, I'm in mud! It's so dirty!" And so I'm like, "But you take mud bath." Yeah, but that's clean mud. I'd be like, "Girl, there's no such thing as clean mud. Get your."
What?
This is going to be fantastic, and it may lead to another, mishmash tag team like it was with Kiana James and Fallon Henley.
Absolutely not. I didn't like that tag team. I do not want Tiffany and Fallon teaming together. Fallon's starting to branch out on her own, not being in a faction anymore.
How about if she joins Mickie James as Hardcore Country?
Wait, what?
Middle-aged country, young country. I mean, isn't Fallon Henley sort of like a young Mickie James?
That's a fun comparison. I wouldn't have thought that.
Wow.
Well, in terms of the style,
just wouldn't have thought that. Right, she has the country girl gimmick and stuff, but I didn't even think about Mickie James
because before she didn't have that when she debuted.
Yeah, like Mickie James can be like her hot mom. Ooh.
Oh my God!
Wait, what?
Mickie James.
Wait, aren't they like? Oh no, even those. Aren't they like maybe 15 years apart or something like that? I'm pretty sure they're not that far apart in age for a hot mama.
What, 15-year-olds can't have kids? Let me introduce you to the Bible, my friend.
I'm just saying the age thing. I think, but I see what you're going with.
Or Baltimore City.
In Baltimore. Oh my Lord. I was there.
You were.
I was there. Yeah, I did. I saw it and I had pizza. It was nice.
So Mickey
Fantastic.
James is 44 and Fallon Henley is a year older than I am. She's 29. So they are 15 years apart exactly.
Oh wow. I actually was just throwing numbers around. I wish I was doing that in 3rd grade.
She's 44. That means that she's 7 years older than her husband, Nick Aldis.
Yeah, no, she's old. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rocking the cradle of love. That Mickey gets sexier all the time.
Not that big a difference.
Okay, evil dog. I can't even do
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Yippee-ki-yay!
Oh man, yeah, no, she gets the win. But yeah, I agree with you. I really agree with you guys.
Enjoy. So
I do agree with you guys though that there is going to be some fun segments here. I believe the last time that they had something like this with a Butler gimmick was with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes.
I was like, it better not be a repeat. I was like, if they have Tiffany win and have them basically repeat that, I was gonna be like, y'all losing your mind.
I know they won't do this.
If y'all are trying to push Fallon to be a serious threat, then having her lose was a bad idea.
If they paid rent to Sussex County, Delaware, the Briscoe farm, the Briscoe Chicken Ranch, and did stuff there with the father yelling, Papa Briscoe yelling at her all the time, that'd be great. But
that would be fantastic. The segments that there'll be
pigs, there'll be goats, there'll be cows, there'll be haystacks, there'll be pitchforks. She'll do one of those things where she steps on a garden tool and it slams her in the face.
Oh, it smacks in her face like Tom and Jerry.
Total Tom and Jerry. This is going to be wonderful.
I like the idea of Papa Briscoe, because I like when they had that segment all that time ago in AEW, and he just yelled at Jeff Jarrett and them and told him get off his farm. I said, "This guy, I like this guy."
What if Fallon Henley's father is Hillbilly Jim?
I don't have enough knowledge to be saying anything about him. All I know is I went against him in a video game and I got leg dropped by a guy in overalls, and I was very upset.
Okay. Well, don't go messing with a country boy. All right. So, all right. Well, are we supposed to do commercials during the show or not?
We are. I just, it's just freelancing, man. What we got here? Do we have a commercial?
Somebody's been in that MSK, all right.
I'm going to do that after the show. We do have a commercial. So, commercial, please.
I just don't see the point and the purpose of the Blackpool Combat Club anymore. Oh. I don't. Well, none of the BCC.
No, what is called the Bloodpool Combat Club.
The Blackpool Combat Club.
No, it's Blood.
Since when?
Since John Moxley.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, they should be at least the Blood, but they're not, and it makes no sense because not a single one of them is from Blackpool, England. And ever since the whole William Regal thing, he's gone. Why are they continuing on with this name? They should have figured out something different for it. It makes no sense. And to be completely honest with you, they're kind of irrelevant at this point as a unit. I mean, their whole it just doesn't. I'm not saying that as a negative. They're just not. They're nothing as a team anymore. It doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for them to be a team. They're not holding any gold. That's gone. It's done. It's better to go your separate ways at this point and figure out what's next.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I can't find a negative in that.
And I mean, can we not say, as you said, Shay, Danielson and Claudio, it slapped. It was a great match. And if they have a feud now, that would be pretty good. I could see that. And this could be the dysfunction continuing on and maybe going to Revolution to where we're having that blow off steam match. And, we're officially seeing the breakup of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, they're adding Danny Garcia, and that match didn't slap.
You didn't like Claudio against Brian?
No.
I've discovered working back with you, we don't like the same things. But that's what makes our friendship so great. One Evil Dose, you're fantastic.
Opposites attract, like Paula Abdul and the Cartoon Wolf. I call being the Cartoon Wolf.
I do have the legs like Paula.
Sure, and the moves.
Yeah. Only when I have the vodka in me.
You always have vodka in you.
I don't need to be exposed like that.
Once he gets that vodka in him, he'll be feeling that vibology.
That's right. He's pre-embalmed Russian style.
Oh my God. The
And
things,
we're back
man.
on a popular review with the great Grand Slam Puma, Evo Dose, and Dahlia Dark Wrestling Doll talking all things NXT. We had quite a few segments in between, but since we're getting close to an hour, let's talk about the finals of the men's breakout tournament.
Oh, I love this.
Femi versus Riley Osborne.
Love this. Love this. Love this. So let me say a few things. One,
the right man won.
Absolutely. Listen, anytime you have a guy who can just pick you up and throw you, I'm immediately sold. So, yes, I did like this. I thought the right person got the win here. Riley, I do got to give it up to him because I thought he had a good showing as well. This match was pretty much just power against speed. So, I thought Riley did good. But I said, Osborne has to win. I said, this man has to win. If it was any other outcome, I think I would have been very upset. So, I'm glad that he won. And I look forward to seeing what his future looked like.
I agree. Right guy won.
He's a failed contract cash in. That's good.
Yeah. Big guy, power moves. He's only going to get better. He's 23 years old. I sort of like this backstory with Thea Hell, likes Riley. JC Jane is sort of trying to help her, but you know that Riley's
She's such a good friend.
But you know that Riley's going to have a thing for the bad girl, JC Jane, who's going to rescue Chase University and basically taking a hostile takeover. I mean, JC Jane really should be Adriana Rizzo.
What does JC Jane need to do?
She should have been Adriana Rizzo, like the woman who's with the
yeah. No, I. But then who's saving Chase University? Evil Dose.
JC Jane's going to save Chase University by not doing what Kiana James and taking Chase University. Though I wouldn't be surprised if Kiana James and Tiffany Stratton weren't the financiers backing this play.
I think that's great because that means JC is looking out for the best for Chase U. Unlike that fraud Andre Chase. I'm sorry. I just, he and then after the match, he confronts JC and Thea, and they said, yeah, that Rowley kid, he's really good. Hey, the Dusty Classic is back. Like he's going to be involved after all the damage that he has done for Chase U. I'm glad that JC Jane put her foot down. No. I need a moment here. I'm so happy that JC Jane stood up and did what was right. Because if it was up to Andre Chase, he would have gambled it away. I'm sorry, did he save Chase U? No. So thank you for JC Jane. Salute. I think the chat should give it a little bit more respect because we got Jeffrey here. Look at this. There's a fraud. I'm not happy by that. Very rude. But what did we just talked about this segment? They're going to be in the it's going to be Rowley and Duke in the Dusty Classic, which takes place next week.
And I checked online; they haven't updated who the 2023 winner is, and I was trying to find which it was exactly where they showed who the winner was.
That is wild because there was definitely a winner, but I think it's. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up too.
I don't know. Just because I don't think. I don't know. Maybe it was that long ago. Anyway, the thing I don't like about the Dusty Classic right now is that they're building teams now. Usually, there's a whole bunch of teams. So, but tonight we saw Baron Corbin approach Braun Breaker. That's sort of interesting-ish. Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They've had a friendship.
That would work as a team.
I wanted them to tag. I've wanted them to tag since they're both past.
But they haven't been a tag team up until this moment, and now you're putting Riley Osborne and Duke Hudson, who we've never seen. Sure, they're in Chase U. So, but Malik and Idris are.
Idris have been a team for a while. So.
They've been a team for a while. They're an actual team.
Yeah,
they were thrown together at first, but they worked together, so now they're a team.
But you can also say about Jensen Briggs.
Dijak and Briggs might become a team. You saw Brooks Jensen in the background looking upset and sort of.
He was so heartbroken by that.
He's got no friends. Everyone went their own way, but they all had something to do, and he doesn't, and that's because he's a loser, and he should get his walking papers. So, yeah.
Well, damn, I like Briggs. Ouch.
I like Briggs. I'm talking about Jensen. Briggs, I said, is going to be one to watch as a breakout star this year. Jensen is a 0.
What was the next segment? I'm actually wrestling doll. What was the next segment? But let's talk about. We talked about the finals. Let's talk about this Ridge Holland interview. I
Hank and
forgot.
Hank are a tag team. Yeah, we're getting some comments here in the chat that they have. I mean, in the mud, they have a tag team title shot going on. But
Yeah,
that doesn't mean they can't be in the Dusty.
So.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they can't be in the Dusty Classic. You have Legato down there. Why aren't they in it? Gallus is still down there. Why aren't they in it?
Well, we haven't got the bracket yet, so we don't necessarily know yet.
You got the Catch Club.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can see Hank and Tank being in this tournament. Why did I come back up?
George says Damon Kemp should be released.
He did say that.
Not until they give up on his brother.
They already have.
No,
yeah, I was gonna say,
after one match, I'm like, nope.
That was a rumor. He's still in the periphery.
I didn't see his name on the NXT roster online, so
he's not. He's NIL. He's not. He was never on NXT. He was always on the main roster, but he's going back to school for a year.
Oh, didn't know that. I thought they cut ties with him.
Probably the Olympics. No, they haven't. They made a show of it recently.
Okay.
So until they figure out what his brother is going to do or not do, they're not getting rid of Damon Kemp. I think Damon Kemp is an okay wrestler. He's just, annoying. Terrible.
I actually dig him. He cracks me up because he just seemed like that villain who always come up with a plan and it just backfires on him, so it like blows up in his face. But he is
like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, absolutely Wile E. Coyote. That's why I always dig. He's always doing something and something bad, and he always just I don't know. Did he take the pin in this match? I don't even know if he took the pin, but
yes, he did.
He's always going through something. So I like.
He's always the one taking the pins. He's always the one losing.
Right.
I'm just learning that Damien Kemp. I didn't know this. I don't play 2K enough. Is in 2K23. Did not know that.
Probably one of those pack deal things.
I spend most of my time beating up Vin Diesel in the game, so I didn't see him. Now I have to fix that.
I thought you were going to beat up the leader of the Ball Syndicate.
He is. So starting this, Ridge, he has a promo. They talk. Promo interview. He says he's no.
I thought that was Ava Rain. I was so bored.
Yeah, he says I'm no stranger to mishaps. He talks about breaking his ankle in 2020. Which was gruesome if you look at the picture. Horrible. He mentions during his injury, how he has to go to tell his wife and his unborn twins that, hey, my ankle is crushed and I'm sorry that I brought you from all across the world just so you can, just so I can fulfill my dreams. They talk about when he comes back and they form the Brawling Brutes. And then that same day on day one, he got his nose crushed by Ricochet. So he's already looking at this long lineup of stuff, and it's looking like, man, this guy is just like, he has no luck. And then they talk about the match that he had with Dragunov, and he says, I don't go out there to try to hurt anybody. I wasn't trying to. I have a lot of respect for him. Everything I said prior to that, I meant all my words. So it ends off with that. What did you guys? I might be missing something, but what did you guys think about this interview?
Well, when seeing that interview, the immediate thing that came to mind is that he reminds me of the book I read as a kid called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. For the kid that has horrible luck throughout the whole day. That's what that reminds me. There's dogs in my house.
No, not even that. Is that a book?
Yes, it's a book. It's an actual book, and that is the actual title.
So we had two.
They made a movie about it too.
We had two natural heels tonight say that they weren't about to hit someone and take them out from behind. First, Nikita Lyons, and second, Ridge Holland saying it's not in his DNA to take someone out. He knows what it's like to almost lose everything. First of all, he's lying. He's obviously a heel. It's obviously.
I'm sorry. Did you just call Nikita Lyons a heel?
Yes.
Wait, why? Whoa!
Nikita Lyons is not a heel. Blair Davenport's the heel. Everybody knows that.
In this, but Nikita Lyons is a natural heel.
No, she's not. She's been a face since day one.
Which
she's
is
been attacked by heels consistently.
She talks like Ruth from Ozark. She's not a face. Anyway.
Yes, she is, but that's the point.
All right. So Ridge Holland, it's obviously a lie. And basically what they should have done is instead of sending him back to NXT, because it's not going to help him. It's sort of useless. They should, cute book. They should have paired him with the Unholy Union, the witches, and they should change his name to the Curse. And like something should go bad for the opponent, like how Danhausen does a curse, but he's actually like a walking curse. And so he's like a bad luck charm for the opponent, but he's a good luck charm for whoever the actual wrestler is, like the Unholy Union. So he's like a walking banana peel and people slip on. Because he has no future.
I don't want anybody to do what Danhausen does over in WWE. Just let that be a Danhausen thing.
No, it's not going to be the same. It's a variation on it. But because
I know, but I would just prefer to stay over there. It's a unique thing. It's something I've never seen before in wrestling, and I just wanted it to be like that.
This would be different. He's a walking bad luck charm. But
he already is, unfortunately. That's the problem.
Well, that's what you lean into. Your character in wrestling should be you turn to 11.
Oh my Lord! I'm sorry. We're running an hour, but my man JL. I mean, we gotta highlight this guy because this guy right now needs to say one thing. The
president of the Braun Breaker Ass Kissing Society.
One thing. Braun got disrespected off the bat. I cannot even finish the show. This is why I podcast. This is exactly why. Just so I can see JL's coming.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, JL or whoever you were.
JL is.
I'm playing the world's smallest violin.
As she plays the smallest violin, I'm pretty sure.
Smallest violin.
World's smallest at that. I'm pretty sure JL is subscribed. He should be because he comes in.
Orchestra, if we all do it.
Oh my goodness. I feel my fingers on fire playing this small violin. I'm not going to do it anymore. In the mud, they have a segment. They call out Tony D and Stacks. All thanks to Andre Chase. Ya hero. But let's get into this main event.
What the hell is Scripps doing there?
He's there. He's there to just...
Listen. They realize, yes, he's a good wrestler, but he's a better manager, and they need a mouthpiece, so they put him out of the mud so he can be their mouthpiece.
It's honestly comical.
They are good wrestlers, both of them, but they're not the best talkers. You need to put a good talker. Scripps is a good talker.
He's not that good a talker. He didn't say anything. Get rid of him. He can go Jensen.
I think for what he does for In the Mud, is it In the Mud or Out the Mud? I forget.
Is the third young buck.
The third young buck. Oh my God.
He's short. He flips around. Send him away.
I think for what he does for the In the Mud, he does his role pretty well.
He pays.
I'm not even trying to say like he's this outstanding manager. I just think he's hilarious. So when they're talking, and then he pushes him to the side, yeah, man. So then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do bad shit. And I'm sitting there going like, so I laugh. I mean, I am very entertained. Huh?
As am I. I'm saying they don't have enough manager characters. Who else do they have as a manager? Robert Stone. What is he going to do with them?
Where is Von Wagner? Try to make them all I do miss Von Wagner on my TV.
Oh my God, another 0.
What is happening here?
Are you going to look for your list?
No, I can never put Evil Dose on my list. I love the man too much. And he fed me pizza. Without pineapples!
Listen, people who feed you pizza with pineapples are cardinal sinners. I'm just going to say that right now.
They deserve, I'm
going to carry on. Well, as a cardinal one.
What?
Nothing.
No, what did you say?
I said the only sin that's worthwhile is a cardinal one.
There we go. You know what happened? I thought that when he said something, I thought because I had pizza with him, I thought he poisoned my pizza. I was concerned. I was supposed to say, wait, what happened? But I realized that I need to get my hearing checked out.
You're eating with Evil Dose, not EC. Just saying.
Evil Dose is great. Like pie. Trick Williams against Grayson Waller. I don't think anyone expected Trick to lose his number 1 contender spot, right? He's going against Grayson Waller. I don't know why he was just out. I mean, I guess he lives in Florida, right? I don't want to say why is he in Florida, but he just wants to he's just like,
Most
hey,
of the
you know.
people that were on NXT live there, so makes it easier to get there.
And he just said, let me just stop by my own stomping ground.
I really think
stump
it's
up.
a difficult season. I think that's why there's so many of the main rosters down there. I think they're like taking their physicals at the PC.
Well, there you go. And he said, why? Well, since I'm here, why not get a number one contender spot? Because I'm here. This match went. This match went how it's supposed to go. But before that, I'm sorry, I missed this one spot. Once again, there's a rift between Trick and Mello. Mello's like, yeah, I'm gonna come out there, and Trick is like, no, I got this. Mello tries to say,
no, he wasn't like, I got this. He's like, I have to do this myself. We talked about this. You understand, right, pal?
Don't do that to Trick. Trick
That
had put a little bit more.
is going to turn faster than Seth Rollins did on the Shield.
That's still heartbreaking to this day.
That's my point. Our hearts are going to be broken like that. We going to be like that fan that was screaming no before the chair even made contact with the back.
that always cracks me up, actually. But right, like Dose mentioned, he said, I gotta do it myself. Mello looked, he said, all right, go ahead, you can.
Like Joe Gacy in the trunk of the D'Angelo Cadillac. There's something.
I love what I know there's a lot of spots that we didn't talk about, but I'm glad that you mentioned
them in and tie them into what we're talking about. So
yeah, but that is
without having to spend another segment.
That's fantastic. I love what you're doing here. I just want to say I like what Joe Gacy is doing here. I just like that he just does whatever. I'm for it. He's a free spirit. Let's go.
Well, he has nothing to do now that the schism is no longer a thing.
Oh, stop that, George.
Are not
a thing.
Listen, I didn't like it either. It always creeped me out.
Bunch of zeros.
I felt like I was watching The Handmaid's Tale.
Stop it, George. Oh, I hate that show.
My point exactly.
See, the thing is, Mello isn't going to turn on Trick so quickly because it's already taking so. This is not quite the devil story in AEW, but it's getting dangerously there. Like this needs to explode by Vengeance Day, or Advent, no later than Vengeance Day, because this is enough already.
You guys want to give you? I just wanted to highlight this because he's so nice.
Listen, they can have a slow burn like they did with Sonya and Naomi. Anything's possible. I said they could have a slow burn with Sonya and Naomi. Anything is possible.
George said it. Jeffrey said it best. Joe Gacy doing Gacy things. But yeah, what did you guys think about this match and thoughts and stuff like that?
It's fine. Kevin Owens was conveniently there and laid a right hand on it.
Well, Shawn Michaels did say a former NXT champion was going to come and watch. He just happened to be the former NXT champion that was going to come and knock Grayson Waller out. It's always satisfying watching a punch in the face. He has such a punchable face, stupid, cocky asshole. I liked him for a brief moment when he was a face. When he became a heel again, I disliked him all over again. As we should.
I mean, I've worked with her for almost a whole year, and I'm still blown away. You just extra spicy tonight. Wow.
I'm not Tina. We're always spicy.
Woo!
It's fun watching.
Did you think Grayson? Dose, did you think Grayson deserved to be punched in the face?
Sure, he always deserves to be punched in the face.
Oh,
thank you. Listen, there's some people that have faces that you just want to punch. He and Austin Theory are top two in that.
I was getting ready to ask, why is everyone staring at me?
Okay. No, not you.
God.
Grayson Waller is number 2 when it comes to WWE stars that have punchable faces, and Austin Theory is number 1. So see, Austin Theory, you're number 1 in something. You have the most punchable face in WWE. Round of applause for you. You win something.
Well, Dominic Mysterio has a pretty punchable face.
He do have a punchable face.
You should just go back to being stupid.
Oh my Lord. I think that's pretty much that covers everything on NXT. I think we touched on everything. So that's pretty much the show. Also, too, don't have a punchable face. But let's plug in some shows and the stuff that we do on the side. So Mondays, the Mike Knox Show. I was a special guest there and treated very rudely, but please check out the Mike Knox Show. 6 p.m. Yeah, very rude. He played that clip of me not winning. see, this one happened with Evil Dose. He would make sure that I wasn't disrespected. But check him out, 6 p.m. for the Intelligent Wrestling fans. On Wednesday, you can see this intelligent man right here because you're on the AEW show, aren't you not?
Oh, I'm going to tune in tomorrow so I can watch the man rant about the last pay-per-view from AEW.
Oh, that's going to be great. Oh, yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. If only you guys saw the chat. Yeah, no, he was very upset. More upset than JL when he doesn't see Braun. And
thank
that's
God
pretty
I didn't
damn
want to pay $50 for that pay-per-view. And thank God for the blogs, because that's the only way I was able to keep track of anything.
I don't think we're doing a top 5 this week. Then we might have a Monday night Raw and SmackDown review show that's usually on Saturdays, 1 p.m. I think there's something going on in entertainment. I don't know, but there's a link to go to entertainment. So please click the link if you want to see what's going on over there. Also,
yeah, they're doing old school.
Oh, they were doing old school. I should
be we also did a top 10 wrestlers of the year. It was myself, the executive consultant, Big Daddy Cool, Steve Pena. So you can check out our top 10 lists. There was some overlap, but they were not necessarily in the same spots. And there were also ones that we certainly didn't agree on. So check that out.
Well, I can probably guess who's in EC's top 5. Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns.
Exactly right.
Wow, nailed it. And
that's also his top 10, but I didn't want to say that. That would have been way too obvious.
Right. That was Steve's was Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon's colon, Vince McMahon's small intestine, Vince McMahon's gastrointestinal system, Vince McMahon's kidneys, Vince McMahon's blood marrow.
Sounded
Seth Rollins.
I just have to ask. I mean, did anybody say, okay, I hear Steve's list? Did you actually say wrestlers?
You just said body parts of Vince McMahon. I actually said a wrestler.
It was wrestlers, but Vince is a wrestler. Didn't he appear at WrestleMania around the same time the Creeds won the Dusty Cup?
I don't know what's happening anymore.
All right, let's just plug the show.
When he poor sold that stunner from Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That was hilarious.
And those clotheslines, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that was gruesome. Evil Dose, what do you have on the side beside Unpopular View? You have a bunch of things going on.
Well, on the side, we have the Hammerlock Hangover, Bad Guy Jack. And this week, I'm not even going to be on it. It's going to be you and Big Daddy Cool. I'm taking the week off. You guys have it. But yeah, Hammerlock Hangover, you can find that wherever your fine podcast can be had. And of course, my non-wrestling podcast is Garden of Doom and its cousin show, Garden Views, but it's all on the Garden of Doom feed, which you can find also Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, Podbean, you name it. That's like paranormal, esoteric, theosophy. And the first show I think I'm going to drop for this new year is with one of my favorite YouTube intellectuals, John F. White from Craigenford, and he's going to talk about sort of the origin myth that started all creation myths from the ancient Indo-European tradition. And we talk about some other things, and he actually said that I asked him some questions nobody ever made him think about, and he's like, I'll come on the show anytime. I'm like, wow, when one of your heroes says that to you, and he's a professor, and you're an idiot, that's you give yourself a pat on the back.
This guy's so hard on himself. This guy read books. So like, what are you talking about, idiot? Stop it, please. Wrestling Doll, you have a YouTube?
Yes, I have my YouTube channel, The Unofficial Karen Woman. I took a break for a couple weeks due to holidays and not having any shows to go to these last few weekends. But I'm heading back out, and I'm actually going to a show with a former WWE star that was recently let go, but is now making a scene in the Florida indie scene all over again. And it is going to be one hell of a match. I will say that right now.
Outstanding. It's great that, we all got.
Is that Riddle?
No. Riddle's not doing shows in Florida right now, so.
Okay. All right.
Outstanding. We just dropped
an episode.
$top. Oh. Okay. Just dropped an episode yesterday for the Big Pop. It was a simple episode. Reviewed all what was this thing called? World's End, and we picked who we thought would be male, female, tag team of the year, blah blah blah. It was a fun episode. It's pretty simple, but it was a fun time. So check it out. Apple Podcasts, Google, anything where you can listen to podcasts. So that's all the plugs. I think we plugged every little thing that we plugged everything. So with that said, folks, and also too, on Unpopular Review, there's all these lovely things: Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to that. You guys know when the next show is. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's fantastic. You guys are fantastic in the chat. We want to say thank you for joining us for this NXT review show. You guys are fantastic. You guys are awesome. You guys are crazy too. It's 11:30 at night, and you guys want to sit here and talk wrestling with us. Outstanding. Continue to be outstanding. Folks, do you want to say I'm going to delete this thing in here because I see this stupid commercial and people think it's funny. I'm going to delete it. Dumbasses. Do you guys want to say goodbye to the lovely people?
I don't know how we can follow that line that you just gave, but stay evil, my friends.
Where's this outro? Oh, here's this outro. Oh, okay. Bye.